Welcome back. We just got opinions from the street as regards what Nigerians and indeed Lagosians have to say as regards the impeachment notice served on Governor Ayodele Fayose of Ekiti State. We're turning our attention on the show today on the tasks ahead, the incoming administration, the issues as well as the controversies. Emmanuel Ajayi, our correspondent, joins me on the show this morning. Emmanuel, looks like the first time you're going to be on set with me.
Well, it's a privilege having me on set this morning.
I really do understand what you go through, going to the street,
On the street every day, discussing.
people.
Yeah, it's quite challenging because seeing people on the streets, meeting them, asking them questions about what they really want from the incoming government. Their expectations are very high. They want more from the incoming government. They want them to say, okay, let them be a game changer. The name is change. You have been clamoring for change. We want you to come and give us the change. Concerning the issue of insecurity. In fact, they want the Buhari. I was interviewing someone who told me, once Buhari gets there May 29th, let him bring out the Chibok girls. And I was wondering, would this be possible? Looking at them, the expectations are very high concerning the incoming government.
I understand the hunger and the passion of the people, but you know, another dimension to it also would be that will Nigerians be patient with this government? Because one of my most favorite questions on the show is how long should we give this incoming administration before we start kicking, before we start asking questions? From what you see on the street, do you see these people being patient enough with this incoming administration before they start asking questions?
Okay, well, looking at them on the streets, meeting them one-on-one on the street, they keep telling me, well, he's a former general. We believe in him. We believe he can do more. Now, the issue of the Chibok girls is always an issue. They're also asking questions that where are these girls a year after? Like I did when I went on the street talking about a year after the Chibok girls. And the questions on the minds of Nigerians is that we still believe that these Chibok girls are still alive, and we want them back. And we believe in a general. The general can do it. Even if this administration that is coming to an end cannot do it, we believe in a general. He can do it. So the expectations are very much high. And I believe, we hope this incoming government will be able to do something better.
Well, there are also many questions as regards how this incoming administration will first settle the multiplicity of interests. You recall that APC in and of itself is a conglomerate.
Yeah.
Some 5 PDP governors, some portion of APGA, the CPC, the AC, and lots of different parties that came together to form a mega party. Many are also baffled as regards how do we settle these parties. For instance, recently on the front page of the paper, there was this talk about zoning and ministerial appointment. Of course, Lai Mohammed
came out to say, no, they didn't even say anything like that.
There's nothing like that.
Yeah.
But the truth is, shouldn't they be thinking about that right now, before May 29? Because I'm not sure that they will have enough time to start thinking.
Permutations from the people are always saying that the APC will have issues with their ministerial nominee because they feel, oh, if they are picking this and this one is not favorable to party A, that will be the genesis of their crisis. Well, we keep that to the APC because even when they had their primaries, some permutations came from the PDP that APC will not even last for 3 months.
You're right.
But today they are there.
We had someone say that if APC wins, coming bastard and all of that.
Yeah, we have a lot of issues like that, and many of them are now in the doldrum. We don't even hear them again. Well, we keep expectations high, hope high that these people will be able to do something better for.
We hope that APC can keep the magic, because I recall the primary election you talked about.
Yeah.
5 individual candidates.
Yeah.
There was Muhammadu Buhari.
Right.
There was
the Kwankwasia.
Rabi Musa Kwankwaso. There was Rochas
Okorocha. The Sam Ndazai of the leadership newspaper. Yeah.
Of course, when Sam Ndazai got his first vote, there was some row.
People came with bold ideas, and that might even got him annoyed. That was why he was not there when they were announcing the results.
Well, it's quite amazing, really, that APC kept to its word that, or perhaps the candidates, the aspirants at that time, kept to their words that whatever happens, if we have a transparent process, we will stay within the party and work with the party. But now that's the primary election. Do we see the same thing happen? You know, now it's the big deal. It's not a situation whereby, oh, if I lose out on a ministerial appointment, and then I can wait for another 4 years, or if I lose out on this zoning arrangement. Do you see that patience also on the parts of the multiple parties for this administration?
Like I do say, the only one that can do miracle is God. People are expecting more from this incoming government. Now, I keep saying that tough times never last, but tough people do. We should remain tough, even with them. Like I said in one of my intros, that the power to make decisions lies in the hands of the people. The people who have the power to make decisions. If after 4 years, APC are not ready to perform with the expectations from the people,
change that.
Definitely the change moves away. Because you can't keep deceiving people. People are there on the street, they are even much more wiser now. They want the change, and whatever you say, you must do.
That's right.
We moved from that era whereby you keep promising people, and at the end, after 4 years, you now come with some gimmicks that, okay, this is what I have done, when they didn't see any change. So Nigerians now are out there, they want better things, better infrastructure. Even someone told me on the street that, see, guy, if the federal government can give us even 10 hours of regular power supply, that the issue of unemployment will be resolved in Nigeria. That every day we just maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, that's when we have power in Nigeria. But for the incoming government, the expectations are very much high from Nigerians. I must not deceive you. They're expecting more from them. And I believe, and I want them to do more, because we will keep tap on them. As journalists, we'll keep tap on them. That you said this. Even part of what the promises they made is that they will give free food to all students in secondary school.
They talked about free education.
Free education and all these things.
They talked about stipends to unemployed Nigerians.
Definitely. That, well, we expect
continuous payment for NYC
that the stipends might even come. Because it's when you make promises and you don't fulfill those things, it baffles me, because going on the streets, some people even look at the last Ekiti issue. These are Lagosians telling us that no, we know what is happening in Ekiti.
Quite passionate about
politics. In fact, they were so passionate that the guy said, I can't even lay down my life. I was shocked that people here in Lagos can be so passionate with what is happening in Ekiti. So it shows that the electorate we have these days, they are highly informed. They know what they want from the government. The era of pushing them aside, telling them, okay, like the issue of the card reader that they brought in, I keep saying it has reduced the issue of ballot stuffing. Now people now know that, okay, you go out there, though we have irregularities here, you can't dispute that. But the issue is, let's give kudos to the Jega administration that brought in the card reader. He did well on that. But we still need more. Let's have a process whereby any government coming in can be able to do better.
That's right.
Than
Sustainable development.
And the past administration.
Let's also look at security. The Minister of State for Defense, Augustine Akobudu, is now soliciting the cooperation of the military authorities for the incoming administration. He also wants the military to continue to secure the territorial integrity of the nation against internal and external forces. Retired Colonel Akobudu specifically promised to outline the challenges facing the military in his handover note, which according to him will be a guide to the incoming administration. The minister spoke when he paid a courtesy call on Nigeria's military leadership in Abuja.
Let me start by appreciating the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which have risen to the challenges of dealing with the security situation in this country under very, very difficult circumstances. I am glad that the inter-service cooperation and the political will of our political headship together have given us the results we are witnessing today. It takes a determined armed forces to do that. So I want to, on behalf of my minister, the senior minister, being my maiden visit here, use this as a platform to congratulate you very heartily and urge you to continue to give your best, because your oath of office was a solemn pledge, and I'm glad that you have lived up to that.
As I've always said, and I will reiterate what the minister has said, that the military swore an oath, and that oath is to be loyal to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We are not loyal to individuals. We are loyal to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We must always remember that. And I thank God that this reminder is coming from our Honorable Minister.
You heard the Chief of Defense Staff say that we're not loyal to individuals, we're actually loyal to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Perhaps one of the greatest challenges of change is the fact that the moment a new administration comes in, you begin to see this continuing, or a particular project that is ongoing just becomes abruptly abandoned, and then they start up new programs from the scratch. Let's start from security, for instance. In the past 6 weeks, during the postponement of the election, there seem to be coordinated efforts from the military. Do you foresee the Buhari administration continuing with this regional force and the strategic approach of the Jonathan administration?
Yeah, for Buhari, he said that he will still continue with that. Basically, whatever good thing the past administration has been doing, you will not jettison it. That's a kudos on his own part. But the issue now remains that now continuity matters in everything. Well, the question people keep saying on the street, when I went on the street sampling the opinions of Nigerians about winning war against Boko Haram. Now, if the federal government cannot win war against Boko Haram for the past 6 years, now, before the elections, within 6 weeks, we saw them winning war against Boko Haram. Now, these are some of the lapses of this present administration that is about to run off by May 29th. Now, if they could win, because at the point when they sentenced the 54 soldiers to death, I was on the street again sampling the opinions of Nigerians. People, Nigerians were like saying, why would they? Because they believe in our Nigerian army. They believe that these men are capable to do. But why is it that at the point the morale is very down? Now they are doing well. Buhari said he's going to continue with them and ensure that, though he promised that he's not a miracle worker, but he will do everything possible concerning the issue of insurgency. But the question is still, will the Chibok girls be brought back alive?
Of course, he also made mention that he is not sure about the possibility of having them brought back alive, but I think the expectation of most Nigerians also would be clarifying the gray areas. What actually happened with these girls? Is there any intelligence reports that it's been hidden under the carpet? Because as at a few days to the election, the federal government insisted that they are taking over most of the territories captured by Boko Haram, and even making inwards into the Sambisa forest. So if you have taken most of the captured areas, then where can they be? Are they outside Nigeria or something?
Well, it's only God can tell, and maybe the Chief of Defense Staff will tell us where these girls are.
You recall that at the time the Chief of Defense Staff also said, we know where they are.
Yeah,
but we can't go there.
We can't go there.
For their safety.
Even when he was brought into power, he said he gave some specific one about 3 months that there will be an end to insurgency. It's more now. We should have that as the back of our mind, that we should talk less and act more. That's what we've seen with the Honorable Office of the Chief of Defense Staff. He keeps giving promises, and the promises are not being fulfilled. And people keep saying, why? Why, when you say this, the next day, you remember the issue of the ceasefire? When they said, oh, there's a ceasefire deal. They came out to tell us there's a ceasefire deal between the federal government and Boko Haram. And immediately after, we had another story coming in that, even the governor of Akpabon said
that journalists would have misinterpreted
these are issues about this administration that's about to come to an end. Now, what I would tax the incoming government is that whenever you make promises, ensure you fulfill those promises, because Nigerians are watching.
That's right.
Nigerians are watching, and they will never, because the expectations are. I remember there was a time we covered a particular, when Bola Tinubu had his own colloquium at Eco Hotel. And the vice president-elect said, when he saw Nigerians coming to greet them at a particular function they went, that the expectations of Nigerians are like,
the moment you
get in there, May 29th,
we want to start seeing
change. But
really, The Buhari Osinbajo administration shouldn't have any excuse because they have been perpetually in the opposition. Someone like Buhari had attempted to lead Nigeria for 3 times. I believe this was his 4th attempt.
Yeah.
He's one of those few Nigerians who truly desire to lead and who has eventually been given the chance.
And that's the power of persistence.
I'm not sure that he needs more time. He should know what the problem is. He should know why he sought the people's mandates. Then he should get there
And start working.
And start working.
No, and that's why when May 29 comes and the handover is given to him, he should hit the ground and start running because people need more from him.
Let's wrap it up this way,
okay.
Because I want to find out what the thinking of most of the people you've spoken with. You know, for instance, some are of the opinion that there has any effective leadership might have to prioritize, while other people are saying, well, there is a place of balance of putting all your eggs together in one basket.
In one basket.
Some are saying if Buhari can just fix the issue of power, let him leave every other thing.
Everything will
We'll celebrate.
Yeah.
But is it also possible because the APC's manifesto did not only talk about power, they talked about security, they talked about the economy, they talked about unemployment, they talked about ensuring that that there is free education for all Nigerian children. They even talked about giving some 5,000 stipends to young women or mothers who have enrolled their children into school for the free education system.
Even free meals for our children.
What are the thoughts like on the street? Do Nigerians expect them to do all of this, or there's one they have prioritized above the other?
Well, like I said earlier, that Nigerians' expectations are high on this incoming administration. They want the best from them. They don't want any excuse. They are, please get in there, hit the ground, start running. Let's see change. You've been clamoring for change. Your slogan has been change, change, change. What kind of change are we expecting? Is it positive or negative? And people are giving you the mandates. You have the power now. The issue is hit the ground, start running. They want the issue of insecurity to be resolved. They want the issue of education to be fixed. Many other issues, unemployment. Majority of Nigerian youth are on the street of Lagos, every street of Nigerian state, working, seeking for employment. Now, what is this incoming administration going to give to us? If you've been an opposition party, and now you've moved into a ruling party.
I heard APC telling Olisamitu to come take a course on how to be an opposition spokesman.
He said that. But now they have the power now. The issue of, okay, the power is not with us, we can't do this, we can't do that. Oh, the power at the center is no more there. They have it now. Nigerians are expecting something new from them. Nigerians are expecting, you guys, you've promised, you must deliver.
You must deliver. And it's obvious that this incoming administration do not have any excuse. They've been in the opposition for a long time. They've been able to identify what the challenges are. They cried their voices out, you know, almost literally telling the Jonathan administration how to run things. Now that they have the baton, they are better run.
Yeah, well, one thing Buhari said everything has been spoiled for 16 years. That it's going to take time.
How long a time?
Well, that's a question we need to ask him. How long will this take? Now, May 29, you are there. Will it take us 6 months, a year, to start seeing the change?
A lot of people are also talking about the 8-year syndrome, because I recall there was a particular campaign where Rochas Okorocha was telling them, Buhari was at that particular campaign, that presidency should come to the Southeast by 2019. And there's no issue as a second term. He was even jokingly telling Rotimi Amici that don't come and tell me it's Niger Delta
you know funny that when these people are making promises, they feel, oh, Nigerians have forgotten all what they said. Like in 2011, when President Goodluck Jonathan said he will not run in 2015, people had it on tape. He kept quiet on it. But when it was 2015 and he said, oh, he started seeing traces that this guy is coming back. At the point he declared that he's coming, people started playing it like, you said you're not coming back. So if Buhari has made that promise, let it be written, let it be signed.
I'm not sure that APC had come out clear on that.
Now that. So,
but it might be quite too early to be discussing it. But of course it is relevant.
It's very much relevant because at this time, when you make promises, you feel people will just look over it.
That's right.
But at the time you are coming back for the second term, they will tell you, they will go back to the archive and tell you, guy, you made this promise. you shouldn't go back on it. And that's when the crisis will begin.
As an individual,
Yeah.
how long would you personally give the Buhari administration to start working and then for you to start seeing real changes?
The dividends of democracy and what they intend doing. Well, basically for me, 6 months. Let's start seeing the change. After 6 months, if you are not there, then we start asking questions. We need more. We need more issues. We need more issues to be discussed. The issue of insecurity, unemployment. Nigerians need more from this incoming administration.
EMMANUEL AJAYI, co-producer is Call Digest and is also an anchorman of the show The People. I'm sure that you're having fun out there.
Well, it's quite fun. The power belongs to the people, and there's nothing you can do without the people. The power belongs to them. And when you are there discussing with them, you'll be amazed the kind of things they are churning out.
Probably give you an honorary award for the senior advocate of the people.
No, the senior advocate of the people, or the commissioner for the people. And that's the voice. Give it the voice to the voiceless.
Thank you very much for joining us today on Call Digest. The expectations are high, no doubt. Buhari is saying, I'm not a magician. Nigerians might have to hold on a little. But there are also many people saying that 100 days might be enough. EMMANUEL said it's 6 months. Well, we are hopeful that truly APC can bring the change. That wraps it on the show today. We'll be back tomorrow, God willing. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. Thanks for being there.
Nigerians are expected to seek out the best. 2 words to describe the activity.
The Yoruba Unity Forum is conducted.
Be the first to know from the north, south, east, west, and around Africa.
Presidential
We break the news.
Women in Nigeria.
Now you can catch all the actions live as the news breaks. We are Core TV News.
Welcome to Core TV Primetime
Our 24-hour news station.